In this video I'm going to be installing the RVi Towed Battery Charger. Now this charger is compatible with the command center. If you watch the video on the Tire Patrol TPMS, the command center is a monitor, and it monitors TPMS and also the level of the RV. And this is an add-on, so we can also monitor the battery state from that same device. And this was primarily designed for a motorhome to charge a towed vehicle. However, if you look at the icons on the bottom, you can see a pickup truck, a fifth wheel, a motorhome, and a Class C. So you can use it for either a motorhome to charge the battery in the towed vehicle, or a towing vehicle to charge the battery in the trailer. Lead-acid battery charging is fairly simple. The battery essentially wants to seek equilibrium with the circuit. If the circuit voltage is higher than the battery voltage, the circuit is going to supply charging current to the battery. However, if the circuit voltage is less than the battery voltage, whether it be another battery connected or just a load, then the battery is going to discharge into the circuit. So that means the battery can either power a load, or it can attempt to charge a less charged battery having less voltage. So for these reasons, it's desirable to have some sort of isolation between two batteries connected in parallel. And here is a typical circuit that you might find in an RV. And in fact, this is the way my RV is. The black wire from the 7-pin wiring harness is a charging voltage. And depending on if the engine's running and the alternator is producing voltage, it'll be the battery voltage or the alternator voltage. So in this scenario, from the black wire, it can charge the battery when the vehicle is connected to it. This is not an ideal situation, because when the engine is shut off and the alternator is not running, the engine battery will still be connected to the RV battery, and depending on which battery has a higher state of charge, it will attempt to charge the other battery to its level. And you can see from my tester, I have battery voltage, 12 volts, and the truck is off. I'm just plugged into the truck, into the cable. 7-pin wiring cable comes to the truck, not plugged in at all to the trailer. So this shows you that there's battery voltage on the 7-pin cable without even the truck being running. So it's desirable to have some isolation between the two batteries. And the RVi Towed Battery Charger provides that isolation. And there's a couple ways you can connect the Towed Battery Charger. If you don't have the command center, you can use it as a standalone device, or if you have the command center, then you might as well take advantage of it and have remote readout of your battery status. You can also connect the battery charger just as a monitor to monitor the battery voltage, or provide isolation and charging. And I'm going to show you both scenarios on how to do that. And this is what the RVi brake console looks like when we've done the firmware upgrade, which gave us the capability for the battery charger. But now all of a sudden we have 3 different apps. We have the tire pressure monitor, battery charger indicator, and the level of the RV. So this is turning out to be quite a comprehensive TPMS system. And they've also changed an option for landscape and portrait. And if you recall in my original video, it was in the portrait mode only, so you actually had to turn the display 90 degrees. Well, now you don't have to. Now you can see it in landscape mode, so it makes it much more usable. In this first schematic, we show how we would connect the Towed Battery Charger if we were just going to monitor the batteries. Notice that just the output or the battery side of the charger is connected. The input is not. And we've also just added a simple on-off switch shown in the schematic so that we can power the battery charger down when we don't need to monitor the battery. And by the way, expanded information as well as these drawings I'm showing you are also available on my website if you follow the link I'll provide here. And that's just the on-off switch so that I can completely isolate the charger from the battery. So if we look at this, we show 12.83 volts, which is, pretty much a fully charged battery. No charging voltage, no charging amperage. And now we just turned on the truck, and you see that the battery charging voltage went up, which indicates that there's now a charge being applied on the battery. But again, since it's not going through the charger, we have no indication of the actual charging voltage or the charging current. And so we can get a good idea that we're charging, but we don't know really the extent of it. In this second schematic, the output is connected to the RV battery, the input is connected to the towing vehicle 12-volt system, and also the grounds are common to both input and output. We also went through a on-off switch so that we could bypass the towed battery charger, insert the towed battery charger, or just turn everything off. And I've also designed a switch box with a corresponding ATC fuse holder. And we're finished with the wiring for the towed battery charger. And we have a switch on there. One position says TBC, the other position says direct. And I also use 10-gauge wiring between the towing vehicle battery circuit and the battery. Not so much because of the current carrying capability, but because of the voltage drop concerns. And if we have too much of a voltage drop, the battery is going to charge slower. And I put the switch into the direct position, and from the drawing you know that that's going to completely bypass the towed battery charger. Essentially it takes it out of the circuit and it restores the original circuit. That is, the vehicle battery is connected directly to the RV battery. And you can see from the readout that we have no indication at all on any of the parameters of the battery. Everything is showed up as NA or not applicable. So now we'll flip the switch to the towed battery charger position. You see now we have battery voltage and charging voltage, and even with the truck off, the truck battery will attempt to charge the RV battery. And although we have 0.7 of an amp current, that's not a significant amount. And yes, at some point it would discharge the truck battery so you couldn't start the truck, but that would take quite a while. So we're going to turn the truck on and see what happens. And you can see now that the truck voltage is 13.4 volts, which is, the alternator running. We still have the battery voltage here, and now we have 6.6 amps of charging current. And to recap, you can wire the towed battery charger like it says in the manual, which is just, between the two batteries. Or you can go the extra mile and either connect it just to monitor the battery, or put a toggle switch in and you can disconnect it and connect it. However you do it, it's up to you. I'm just showing you some alternatives that you can use if you want to connect this to your system.